Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Sherry. Hey, we had a fun time. You came to visit Albuquerque. We got to see each other in person. That was
I
great.
did. That was amazing. I just loved seeing you in person. We're on total opposite ends of the country, so that
I
was
know.
very, very nice.
That was really fun.
It
Well,
was.
today's going to be an interesting topics.
Yes, you've been prepping me on that, so I'm kind of looking forward to this video. We do have a few things to go over though before we get started with the new moon in Cancer, right?
Right.
So, just a couple things to get out of the way. Number one, we are really gaining some traction with your subscription plan, which we're really excited about. That's something that's new. And that is something that we can discuss very openly about some of these subjects that we talk about in a much more deep level and openly discuss it with each other and build a community of people. So that's really exciting. We will put a link below for the subscription plan. The next meeting is going to be June 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern time, correct?
Right. Right. And
Yes.
I did want to mention that at that meeting, not only will we be discussing sensitive topics and new revelations, but I'm also going to give out 5 concrete ways for people to be able to increase their light and to increase their power and influence within the world.
Very nice.
5 concrete ways to do that. I say, shine your light, and people go, but what does that mean?
Right,
And
right.
so I'll be teaching you what that means.
Exactly. Very nice. So the other thing is please like and subscribe. That helps us with getting our message out there. The more people that like and subscribe, that definitely helps us. And there's some big stuff you got coming up for this video on manifesting and the
Yeah.
new moon and things that are to come that are pretty interesting.
Mhm.
So let's just kind of take it from here.
Okay, well, let's talk about the new moon first. Okay.
Okay.
New moon in Cancer. I want you to understand that this is a very powerful time. It's a powerful moon, but let me explain to you why it's extra powerful. Right now, we have 5 planets in what's called their dignity or their domicile, and they're in the signs that they rule. So we have we have the moon in Cancer, we have Mercury in Gemini, we have Mars in Aries, we have Neptune in Pisces, and we have Saturn in Aquarius. Now, all of these planets, when a planet is in their domicile or their dignity, it makes them extra powerful, extra positive, actually. Okay.
That's good
So
news.
with these 5 planets going on at the same time of this moon, this gives us, this is a time of creation. This is a time to utilize these energies for something positive and powerful. It's a time of manifestation. There's so many things that are happening on the planet, and it's going so fast. Sometimes it's just like watching a movie in fast speed. It's just incredible. And Cancer energy is such a wonderful energy right now, and we really need to take advantage of it. And because the moon is in Cancer, where its home is, it makes it extra powerful. Okay, so we want to talk about what these energies are. Now let's look at the aspects going on along with the moon, and then we'll talk about all of the various qualities of the moon. Okay, we have first the sun and the moon in Cancer at 7 degrees. Okay, then we have Venus in Gemini at 7 degrees. Then we have Jupiter in Aries at 7 degrees. Now, that is a number. 7 is a number of spiritual attainment. Now, isn't that interesting? This is a time for us to really be anchoring in our spiritual energies. Okay. Now, also, we have Jupiter square the moon right now. And that sets the tone for the moon. Whenever there are major planets in aspect to the sun and the moon, that sets the tone. So Jupiter is setting the tone for this moon, which is magnifying. Of course, Jupiter makes everything bigger, it magnifies. And so magnifying all of the positive Cancerian qualities right now. Now we also have Saturn sextile Mars, powerful. We've got Saturn square Uranus. We've talked about that before. We've got Mars in Aries, powerful. We've got Neptune stationing retrograde right on this new moon. Very interesting and more powerful. And then we want to talk about the fact that Pluto is exact in our countries, the US countries, Pluto return. It's exact right now. And so, and what that means in the second house of money and so forth, and values. So let's talk about what all these things mean, okay? Cancer energy is about nurturance, emotion, and sadness. It's about healing. It's about children, babies, and families, community, and drawing people together, not just here locally, but drawing people together from around the world. It's a time to focus in with this good, nurturing energy to manifest. What do we want? What do you want? You need to be specific. Know it, feel it, and you'll have it. Now, through this moon and through July 12th, these are powerful manifesting and creative energies. Go for it. Don't waste time. Use this powerful magnetic force in the universe to manifest and create what we want. Okay, so if you've got something on the drawing board, you've got something you've been wanting to do and just haven't gotten up the nerve or whatever to do it, now is the time to do it. Okay.
Now, we talked a little bit before the video, and you and I like to come up with the prayers that you can say to help manifest, so that gives you a little bit more of something to anchor yourself into when you're looking to manifest. So you said to me, you said, "Thank you, God, for opening the way for XYZ in my life, in divine timing, under grace, in a perfect way." So you just have to fill in the blank of what you're looking to
Right.
manifest.
What is it you want to manifest? It could be
Yes.
anything.
Anything.
Mhm.
Exactly. Something small, something big.
Right. It's interesting, even with something small, you don't have to feel like that what you're trying to manifest or create is going to be this monumental, huge thing. It can just be, thank you, God, for more peace in my life. Thank you, God, for a heart that is peaceful and open. Thank you, God, for manifesting in my life greater love, a more open heart. It can be anything like that. What are you struggling with right now? Create something to overcome it. Everybody
Nice.
has to ask ourselves. I don't think there's a person alive on the planet after what we've been through the last 2 years that doesn't have something that they want to do to manifest that will help them. One of the things that's really important through all of this, and I've talked about emotional neutrality. I cannot stress this enough, especially with the intense things going on right now, like Roe versus Wade, gun control, election issues, all of these things, every one of them we can all get revved up about, but then we lose our power. We lose our strength to it. Do not get emotionally involved in anything unless you can fix it. If you cannot fix it, back away and observe and keep your power. Okay. Don't, it's that saying that says, be in the world, but not of the world.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to elevate any of the arguments because I feel like it's part of the bigger thing that's going on, which is
Yeah.
just divide us all. And to
Right.
me, I just refuse to be part of the division.
Well, a part of the games that are going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are being manipulated and they don't even know it,
Yeah.
And so back off. Don't get angry. Things are going to actually, when we're done with all this, we're going to live in a much better world. It's just going through all of the kinks to get there, but don't buy into the gaming and the manipulation, because that will just lead you down a path of vitriol that you don't want to go, because it's lowering your frequency. Keep your frequency high in every way that you can.
Right. And those could be from bigger things going on in the country or the world, all the way down to things going in your house.
Exactly.
Small little arguments that just aren't worth, like you said, losing your power over.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep your heart active and full, and keep your power, and you'll get through it much easier.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, okay, let's talk about the components, the other components of this moon. And let's talk about, there's also this Venus in Gemini at 7 degrees. Well, what have we talked about Gemini? It's communication, it's bringing people together, it's social, it's offering solutions and progress. Okay. Being, big events are coming to clear the air. What are we going to do now? Okay, will be meaningful in the coming years. Okay, so this is the time to utilize it. It's a friendly energy. So this is the time to attract like-minded people. Okay. And so the other thing about Venus in Gemini is that it's moving very, very fast. We're making quick progress, as we all feel, but it can be fickle. It can be a very fickle energy, not sure what to believe. So many voices, so many things. One minute we might be in this camp, and the next minute we might be in the other camp. The best thing is, okay, we know what's going on, and we, withdraw within ourselves and shine our light and do those things. This can also, again, flavor this moon to make it more friendly. Okay. Not just nurturing of the family, but friendly, nurturing people that maybe we wouldn't think about being kind to. Maybe people who have a different perspective. We want to be nurturing and kind to everyone. Okay. Then we have the Jupiter in Aries at 7 degrees, and that Jupiter is square the moon and the sun. So it's making everything, expanding all of the Cancerian energy. Jupiter loves Cancer energy. It's very happy in Cancer. Okay. And so the imperative of Cancer is nurturance and protection and healing. Okay. Aries focuses on each individual receiving the nurturing and the protection and the healing. But Aries is also pushing us into new territory, territory we haven't been in this life. And it can also have to do with zealot energy. And we see there are a lot of people out there that are zealot right now about their beliefs. They're going balls to the wall. Okay. So just recognize that that's what's a lot of creating this, is the Jupiter making things bigger.
Amplifying.
Amplifying, good word. Okay. Now the next one that we'll talk about is Neptune in Pisces. And we've talked about this before. All right. The higher manifestation of Neptune is seeking connection with the divine, okay, with source, something much higher than what we're dealing with in this third dimensional realm. The lower expression is lots of drama. Okay. Confusion, deception, drugs, disease, things not being as they seem. Okay. Delusions, problems with water, and toxicity with water.
Ugh.
Okay. And it's be cautious so that you are not being misled. Okay. When you, it's always fear that screams the loudest. And the powers that be that are weaponizing this fear, they know exactly how to say things to snag people, to stir them up, to get them all excited. And it yells at us the loudest. So when you hear these people revving up everything going on, sit back and go, ah, okay. Fear screams the loudest. They're screaming pretty loud, aren't they? I wonder what their motives are. Okay. So don't be misled by the yelling and screaming. Don't get emotionally charged by it. Just sit back, communicate with your creator, follow your intuition, not your fear. Remember, spirit speaks quietly. It doesn't yell. That's why they call it the whisperings of the spirit, because it's quiet. And this is the time through all of this yelling and vitriol to every day be very, very quiet and just listen. Enjoy nature, animals and all of that stuff. Really, really important. Now, okay, so we've got that with Neptune. And then we have Mars in Aries. Now, Mars is at home in Aries, okay? Powerful, powerful energy. It is warlike energy, okay? It pushes the limits. It's aggressive and it's impulsive. It's anger and violence, and it's lots of violence. And we're going to be seeing more and more of that. Mars is in Aries is only at 7 degrees. It's got to go through the whole 30 degrees. And it's the trigger. Okay. And before it moves out of Aries, it's going to be impacting the North Node, and it's going to be impacting Uranus and squaring Saturn. And this will be right around the last of July, first part of August. This is going to be a really dicey time. Mars is the trigger. And I've told you about this before. And at that time, starting the end of July, it's going to be triggering Uranus, the North Node, Saturn, all of that. And I think we're going to see some really powerful, maybe unexpected, large happenings at that time. Could be earthquakes as well. But it's going to be big. I'll just say that it's going to be big. And so, let's see. Okay, then we have this Mars is being sextile, it's sextile Saturn. Now, when you get Saturn in the mix, Saturn frustrates outcomes. It's inhibiting energy. It pulls back some, and this could be very helpful because the Mars energy is so intense and powerful and eruptive. Saturn's involvement could help, cool it down a little bit rather than being so hot. This is going to be a hot summer, and I'm not talking heat. I'm talking action, okay? And so that could be very helpful. Then we have Saturn square Uranus, and we've talked about this, for many, many months. And Saturn square Uranus is the quick and sudden disruption, the old versus the new, the happenings, the chaos, the breakup of the old structure. And we see the breakup of the old structure right before our eyes. Okay. We see it crumbling. And so this is the fourth square that Saturn and Uranus will make. and then it will back off, and then we'll have other things, that will be a problem after 2023.
Well, let's
So,
talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second, because we've been going through that, much of that already. So we are already in it. We've been in it. And so we just want to get better at handling the responses
yeah,
to the negative energies coming in.
right. The only thing that you can control is how you respond to these things.
Right.
Cannot control them. They're fated. What's happening is for a purpose.
Yes.
And how
Right.
you respond to them, you can get suicidal. You can get, I want to quit. I can't do this anymore. You can get completely thrown off your spiritual center, because these issues are hard issues to deal with.
Right. But if we look at them objectively, from the outside without all of the fear mongering, which was
Right.
not what we want to try to do here,
No.
is to explain what the energies are, why you might be feeling that way, and
Right.
how you can overcome them in a positive way.
And right. And you have to rely on your spiritual center. That's so important.
Right.
How you
So just to kind of ignore all that negative stuff coming in, just
right.
ignore it.
Just
Don't listen
ignore
to the
it.
negative chatter.
We can prepare and be aware by saying, they overturned Roe versus Wade. This can be a problem, or gun control, or whatever. But then once we hear it, we don't need to hear it again, do we?
No, there's like a new problem every day.
Yeah. We don't need to keep rehearsing it and listening and rehearsing. We know it's a problem.
Right.
And so, keep your head about you. And then we're also involved in the US Pluto return in the US chart. And it's going to be exact in the second house in the US chart of money and values. So this can mean, we don't know exactly what it'll mean, but the energies are for a financial restructuring and also a structuring of values in this country. And we see all kinds of people, putting out the values that they want. We want to turn that over to God. What's in our best interest?
For humanity, yeah.
For humanity, not just some type of selfish, want. So we are evolving away from the old, and we are creating the new. So don't get it twisted. We don't want to preserve the old because it is outmoded. And
I know a lot of people preparing for their own systems.
Right.
Yeah.
Creating, and there are literally parallel governments right now as they create this new earth. There are parallel things going on, people just ignoring what's happening and creating their new businesses, creating, the new world that we want to see. There are people that are actually working on cures, that are working on remedies to help those people who have been damaged, with what we're talking about. So there's all kinds of good, wonderful things happening out there, okay, that we need and be grateful for and express gratitude for. Thank you, God, that these remedies are coming. Thank you, God, that I can handle things in an appropriate way. Thank you, God, for showing me what I need to change within myself, rather than worrying about changing everybody around us. What do we need to change within ourselves to be at peace, to have a peaceful heart and an open heart? That's really, really important, that we look inside and we trust. I like that saying that everything combines together for my good.
That's a good little mantra there.
Yeah, and that's really what's happening on the planet. Even though it's painful and stressful, everything is combining together for our eventual good.
And I know last week you and I had a little coaching session, which was so amazing for me. And one thing that I needed to hear that I do say every day, which is today I choose to be happy no matter what happens.
That's right.
So that's like a great thing. I wake up every morning, okay, no matter what happens today, I'm going to choose to be happy.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's also something very powerful to say.
If, you know, people's emotions are tilting, you know, they're on the line, and they listen to something and it makes them cross that line, you know, and they haven't made that commitment to themselves. Today, I choose to be happy, no matter what anybody says or does.
Yep.
I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
It's really good to be able to control then what you listen to.
Yes.
When I'm on overload, I turn on Lucy. I love to watch I Love Lucy. You know, there are wonderful things out there that we can listen to make us laugh and to take our attention off of the negativity.
Yeah, I feel like we need some really good new comedians to come out and just like make us just kind
I
of
know.
make light of the heaviness, not to dismiss some of the subject matters that need help, but to just make us have light of it. And I don't know, we just haven't, I'd like to see a really good one come out. It'd be nice.
I know. And more funny movies, you know.
Yeah.
I think of Jim Carrey, and he's gone off. He's not working anymore, and he's gotten so serious. And I loved Bruce Almighty. Oh my gosh, that a great movie. And Liar Liar, so funny, you know, to watch some of those and just get our minds off of everything. But with all of these energies coming together, it can feel like constant chaos and uncertainty. So after this moon, there will be a buildup again of energy into August, like we talked about, where probably major changes will occur. So stay, again, emotionally neutral. Now, anchor yourself. Prepare for changes. Anchor to the God of your understanding. Be kind, even to those who believe differently. And that is a test, isn't it? Use the positive and powerful energies of this moon and these powerful planets right now to manifest love and an open heart, and to find your place in all of this. We are all the chosen ones. Don't forget that. We came here with unique gifts, knowing we would be holding up the world with our gifts and light and our pure hearts. We are in the time of the quickening. The pressure cooker we've been in is ready to explode. We all can feel it. Don't hide. Use your gifts, your unique gifts that you came here with. Do every day what you're good at and what makes you happy. Very important. In closing, I wanted to just reiterate that during my next subscription video on the 30th, I'm going to be sharing these 5 important concepts and practices to use your light in a very positive and effective way. You know, you say, oh, you know, open your heart and shine your light, and it's like people go, but how do I do that? What do I do? Well, I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay. And so that will help you make a positive difference, not only in your life, but in the world. Okay. Don't miss this important conversation. And I'll have the sign up link below the video. Okay.
Yes, very nice.
So there's not much time left. It's just on the 30th. So sign up quickly so you can get in on it. Okay. And then I'm going to be back soon talking about what's coming after mid-July and into August. And this is very important information. So stay tuned.
Definitely. And I'm just going to reiterate before we say goodbye, the things that just repeat what you just said. Anchor yourself in the God of your understanding. Prepare for changes. Be kind to those who don't agree with you. Manifest love and an open heart. Don't hide and use your unique gifts. Do every day what makes you happy.
And it's interesting that we came here with these unique gifts to use them now. This is the time that they are important. This is the time that we signed up for, that we will shine our light and that we will hold up the world and we will help change the world. That's why we're here. Don't lose sight of that.
Very nice. That's a good ending.
Okay.
All right.
Love to all.
See you next
Hey,
time.
guys, we can do this.
Bye.
All
Yes, we
righty.
can.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.